Hey you guys, it's Brandy coming at you from my brand new workshop. I'm so excited, and I've been in here working really hard trying to get this space usable and workable. I have so many things I need to build for customers and for inside our new home, but I haven't had a real space to build in. So I've been hanging racks up here. I have been building miter benches. I've been doing all sorts of things to get this space ready to work. And I've been designing a workbench that will have my table saw on one end, kind of like another one that I've built in some earlier videos in my last shop. This one's going to be a little bigger, but it'll have the table saw at one end so that the workbench also acts as an outfeed for the table saw. Now I really wanted to build a cool workbench with all sorts of little nooks and crannies and places for things, but honestly I just don't have the time or the funds. With lumber being as high as it is right now with COVID and things, I need this to be a really simple, really fast build. So the design is budget friendly, beginner friendly, and it's gonna be a really quick build so that I can get to work. And if you're a beginner woodworker, one of the things I wanna tell you, it's a little secret that they don't tell you at the beginning, your shop is ever changing. As you continue to woodwork and you hone your craft, you kind of change your shop to be more productive for you and the things that you're working on. So I'm trying to remember that fact and know that my shop is gonna continue to change just throughout the year, and as I build more things and kind of fill the space out and learn my space, I'll be changing the workbench up, I'm sure, a little later down the line. But for today, super simple, budget friendly, easy to do, beginner friendly, all the things. Make sure you give me a like and a subscribe. It really helps me make more videos for you guys, and let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do is cut my extra long pieces here, which are the 5.5 pieces to be my stringers, and I'm gonna need 4 of those. I'm gonna use 2x3s because they were budget friendly at the time. So this whole plan is built with 2x3s, and it will also incorporate casters so that it can be moved around. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut these down and pocket hold them, get them ready to be hooked up to some legs. Let's get to work. Okay, I'm gonna start by cutting my longer pieces that go on the bottom first. And one thing I really wanna note to everybody is that what I build here is altered on the plans that I provide. After building this piece, I was able to see what needed to be changed on the plans so that it's a lot easier for you guys. So just make sure you print those plans out and look at them really well before you begin the building process. Now I'm going to be Craig jigging all the ends of these long pieces so they fit into the legs. Craig jig is an awesome tool. It's one that I use in almost every single project. I have a how-to video on that. I'll link here, and I'll put a link to buying a Craig jig. This is the K4. I'll put that all in the description below. But basically what this tool does is creates pocket holes where the screw can fit in and come out the end of the board and therefore join another piece end to end. It's really pretty ingenious and I love using it, and it works great. Now I'm going to cut down all 4 legs. Now this is one of those spots where you will notice that the plan that I gave you is altered slightly from what I'm doing in the video. I cut all 4 legs to the same length, and I've changed that in the plan to accommodate for the table saw fence. Okay, so now I've marked 4 inches up from the bottom. This is where the bottom stringer will attach, and the top one will go right there. And each of these pieces is about 28 inches. Like I said, I'll include measurements later. I'm using Type Bond regular, the original, for this. I don't know, it's just what I had on hand. And then 2.5 inch Craig screws. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble both long sides first. I feel like that really makes it easier to put things like this together. I do this with my tables as well. I'll put both of them together. I lay one on top of the other to make sure that they are the same. Even if I've marked everything, I don't know, it just helps me. And then I'll attach the cross pieces for the middle. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut all my 24-inch pieces. And to assemble these, I laid them on their long side and used the 24-inch pieces to go across. And I do both ends before I add the middle portions here in the video, but on the plans, I suggest that you put all the 24-inch pieces in there at that time. And then I pocket hold all the 24-inch pieces. Now this is another portion where you will see the plans have been altered to what I'm doing here in the video. I think the way the plans are will make this a much smoother process and make sure that everything is a lot more even. But this was a trial run. It's the first time I've built this and it turned out okay, but follow the plans. So these two cross pieces right here are what will hold the particle board for the table saw. It's where the table saw will sit, and I have them measured just perfectly in the plan so that they will lay evenly with the IKEA tops and you won't have any bumping. It'll be a nice smooth outfeed. Next, I'm going to add the 1x4s to the base so that I can attach the casters. So I've flipped the whole thing over, attached the casters, and painted it black. And I just used a Rust-Oleum paint that I had on hand. You really could use any color, or you could skip this step altogether. Next, I laid the particle board pieces, and these are just pre-cut pieces I got from Lowe's. A 2x2, 2 foot by 2 foot for the table saw base, and then a 2 foot by 4 foot for the other portion of the cart. And then I put the table saw in to make sure everything fit and attach the IKEA tops as well. And this is where I realized that the plans need to be altered to accommodate for the fence of the table saw. So mine is not going to be as good as yours. You live, you learn. Okay, now I'm attaching the IKEA tops here, and they are so smooth and nice. That melamine I think is going to help. No glue will stick to it. I'll be able to just bump that off, and it's going to be a nice smooth surface for the outfeed of the table saw as well. We'll see how long it holds up, but they were $8 a piece, so I say it's worth it. I attached the IKEA tops with 1.5-inch Craig screws, and that's it, you guys. The cart is done. It's easy to maneuver, and I really like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me so much. Check out the plans on my website, and I hope to see you back again. Thanks for watching.